Hello and welcome. Sorry about yesterday. I got so mad at the game that I decided not to make a video. So anyways, this video is a bit old. I am in the tier 8 German battleship, the Tirpitz. Also, welcome to the release of the game. Tomorrow's video will probably be about what the game is, for people who don't know. Anyways, this match is on the map Hotspot. It's the 3-cap version, and I see a Tirpitz. I fired a shot at the cruiser at the start, but I missed pretty poorly. This Tirpitz managed to ground himself, he ran aground, so my shot just missed. I did not expect that. But this means he's probably gonna die. He already has torpedoes incoming. On top of that, everyone's firing at him. The nice thing about playing the Tirpitz is that you are rather unlikely to be citadeled, so I can just keep sailing while showing my broadside more or less with impunity. The bad thing is that, well, I am rather unlikely to citadel others as well, because the guns don't seem to penetrate that well and the guns aren't very accurate. But the main thing is that it is premium ship, so lots of money is made. So as long as that happens, I'm fine with it. Or rather, I'm fine with this ship. But overall, I think the ship isn't very good. At least it doesn't fit my playstyle. So anyways, we decided to strike the northern corner. And it seems that the enemy decided to... Their southern corner decided to strike our southern corner, but because we all went to the northern corner, they are literally sailing empty. This means that we are engaging only half their team at the moment, which is very beneficial for us. So essentially, we just want to kill off as many battleships as we can, and cruisers of course as well. At this point, the cap zones aren't even that important. That is, it's not very important whether we currently have sea or not. Because as long as we can finish off quite many of their ships, we should be fine in the sense that we're not gonna lose immediately out of points, and we should get quite an advantage because, again, we are only fighting half their team at once. That's something which doesn't usually happen. You see, the thing is with fighting, you know, it carries over. Like if two sides fight at full strength, and one side starts losing a bit, then the losing starts compounding, and they lose even more. And such an effect is the same when you can fight half the enemy team at once, while not engaging the other half. You know, for a moment I thought I actually got a citadel hit, but sadly it was the fake citadel, also called an incapacitation. I don't actually have any good targets to select here, I just fire at random, whoever I can. Usually it's a good idea to go and try to strike at the enemy carrier here, but since we all went to the northeastern corner, I guess it just doesn't matter. And I only got one citadel in this entire shot, and only 2 hits, which is really odd, but it is a Tirpitz. These are the things that the Tirpitz definitely lacks in. Which I think is fine, because the fact that she can't be citadeled easily is very powerful. I think that the Tirpitz actually is worse than the other tier 8 battleships. But I mean, it is premium, so the main point of it is to earn lots of money. Or rather, to not have a high cost. "9-kilometer shot, and only 3 of them hit." Which is, you know, insane. If you think about the accuracy. The Tirpitz would be like an ideal tank kind of ship. Not very good at damaging, but good at defending. She isn't very well armored, but she doesn't get citadeled, which is something other battleships cannot do. But check this out. 4 kilometers, and I am aiming at waterline. 4 shots, 2 hit, and 0 damage. But luckily the torpedoes, well, they don't need to exactly penetrate, they just need to hit. Although if we're honest, then the torpedoes on the Tirpitz don't actually do all that much damage, at least compared to destroyer torpedoes at equivalent tiers, but it doesn't really matter. It's dangerous anyway, and it is on a battleship, which usually you won't mind fighting at such close range, but against the Tirpitz it's quite dangerous. This Colorado is the next target, since she is showing me her broadside. Only 3 hits again, but at least it did a ton of damage. I slowed down so I wouldn't get behind the island too quickly, so I could still fire some shots at this. My plan is to go for the sea cap and then engage the 3 ships that are at the south, and their carrier is behind them. Ooh, that's some massive damage, but again, no citadels, which is... I mean, I understand it's probably because the shells can't really penetrate the citadel well. So I think it's unlikely to citadel with this ship. Of course, it's about luck anyway. Anyways, what I wanted to say earlier about strategy and carriers is that, by the way, only 1 hit and it did no damage at 8 kilometers. But anyways, in terms of strategy, usually it's a good idea on this map to go to try to kill their carrier, because carriers often can tilt the game very heavily on this map, because it's difficult to chase them. But in this case, because we managed to get such a favorable fight, by the way, that guy is standing still, I used my torpedoes to check how he was moving. That is, if you switch to torpedoes, you will see the torpedo indicator, which is showing whether he's going backwards or standing still or going forwards. And it's really nice to check what exactly the ship is doing if you aren't sure. I slowed down a little so I wouldn't go out of the cap, so I would definitely get the cap. That was a really good shot. That was over 10,000 damage, although no citadel again. Well, it still did enough damage. And somebody else finished the Amagi off, which is really good. Now it's mainly to deal with the Tirpitz. The Tirpitz really feels kind of like Like a big cruiser that just can't be citadeled. That is, you're not using the HE, but you're using AP to shoot at enemy ships, even battleships, but you won't be really penetrating the citadel. At this point, the game is pretty... the game has already been decided pretty much. 7 minutes left, we have quite a bit large points advantage and we have a cap advantage. We're also gonna get B soon. On top of that, they are mostly dead already.
Problem solved, sir.
I wonder whether I should shoot at the Tirpitz or the New Orleans. I think I'm gonna miss on the cruiser, but I'll try anyway, because I probably won't be dealing much damage on the battleship. Damn, I did miss. Oh well, I'll try again with the other two guns. But at this point, I think a shot on the Tirpitz might have been better, because the Tirpitz is showing me a bit more of the ship. But he's turning again, which makes the shot again quite bad. But the game's essentially over already, so doesn't matter. But if you think about it, I shot so many shells, I aimed really well, but they didn't deal all that much damage, which is really unfortunate, and that is one of the biggest shortcomings of the Tirpitz. But I did deal quite a bit of damage, so it's quite okay, I guess. So anyways, if you enjoyed this video, then please subscribe and thanks for watching.